if you are coming in now, say hello, put your paws up in the air. That is the international sign that you enjoy live BEXLIFE broadcasts on the internet, all over the internet. And tell me where you're from and what's good in your world. What's the good news? Tell me all about it. Hey, Steph, what's going on? And yes, Shelby, I am feeling so much better today. For those of you who do not know, I've been battling the plague in my house and with many children, with many children. I'm a mother of 5. The sickness kind of runs through like this. It just goes round and round and round and round until it finally just gives up on us and goes and takes up shop somewhere else. So I have been kind of battling it for 3 weeks. But who am I? Let me tell you who I am really quick. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I'm still eating a little bit of my breakfast. My name is Rebekah Borucki. I have a website called BEXLIFE.com where I teach people how to find their own personal bliss every single day. And I do that through the modality of 4-minute meditations, really short, easy to do guided meditations that I lead my audience through in hundreds of YouTube videos. And then I also bring in my friends and they teach about tapping and they teach about nutrition and just all kinds of good stuff, hypnosis. So I encourage you to watch my videos there on YouTube, youtube.com/BEXLIFE. And today I'm going to be talking about my morning routine, So I come to you live every morning or almost every morning, and I'm always super happy unless I'm sick. And I'm doing this caffeine free. I'm not drinking the caffeine. I'm showing up bright and sunny and excited about my life because I have a spiritual routine, a spiritual practice that really supports me in my day that I practice every single morning. And then I also eat and drink really good for me things, food and drinks that support my health. And a couple things that I'm dealing with, or I have been dealing with for many years, is chronic Lyme disease, which I've had for about, it's going on like 15 years now. But I'm feeling really great and energetic. And then also Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, which can cause things like sluggishness, fatigue, weight gain, and I really don't suffer from any of those. Of course, I deal with it and I have to manage it from time to time, but with a good supportive diet, I haven't had much trouble at all, and I'm not on thyroid meds, so that's good news so far. Hey, Lorna. Hello, Amanda. Amanda says she is from St. Louis. St. Louis is a city I've never been to, and I hope to visit one day, maybe soon. I'd love to go on a little blissed in tour and meet all of my friends all over the place. So I'm going to start off with the easy peasy 3-step morning gratitude, meditation, mindfulness. These are supposed to be slashes. I don't know why I'm doing this. Slash mindfulness routine that I do every single morning. I've talked about it many times. It has definitely evolved over the years, but I want to give it to you now. And it's gonna take about 60 seconds to explain what it is, and but it only takes about 4 minutes to execute. So I know you have 4 minutes every single morning to change your life and definitely to set you up for the most amazing day. And if you don't, we need to talk about that. So the first step, and I do this all before I go to the bathroom, before I get out of bed. It's really important that this is the first thing that I do in the morning, the way that I greet my day. My first step is the simplest prayer that you can say ever. And I got this from Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne W. Dyer, who is a very famous and prolific Hay House author. He has passed from this earth, but he continues to be a mentor and teacher for me. So the simplest prayer is thank you. And he would say it 3 times, and I do as well. And I say it out loud, just with a whisper, because I don't want to wake the kids up. Definitely don't want to wake up the sleeping toddler who's next to me or my husband. So I say thank you, thank you, thank you, just with a whisper. And I try to smile when I do it. And it makes a big difference. When you put that physical smile on your face, it makes an energetic difference in your body. So that's the first step. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Out loud with a whisper. Number 2, I list 3 things that I'm grateful for. If you want to step this up a notch, you can write it down in your journal or put it in your phone, even though I don't want you to have a phone in your bedroom. But you can write it down in your phone if it's near you. But simply just acknowledging 3 things that you're grateful for. I'll tell you my 3 things this morning were my daughter Annabelle's toes, my littlest child's toes, because I am so obsessed with her feet. Like, just looking at them makes me so happy. My oldest, Winona's sense of humor, because she always makes me laugh and she's super funny, and she sends me the best memes ever. She is a meme machine. The funniest memes that you see on my Instagram are usually ones that Winona has sent to me. And then I was thankful or grateful for my second book contract, which I'm very excited for. Super amped to be bringing this new content to you. I am writing a book about motherhood and a little bit about parenting, but more my relationship with being a mother through the years, from becoming a mother at 19 to having my last baby at 37 or 36. Was I 36? I was 36 when I had my last baby. So a long time of having babies, 5 babies, and nursing them. And it's going to be funny, and it's going to be thoughtful, and it's going to be real, and it's going to be deep. And I am actually talking a little bit about the subject matter at South by Southwest in Austin in about a week and a half. So I'm really excited about that too. So I was grateful for my second book deal. So those are the 3 things that I was grateful for this morning. And then the last part of my morning routine, my gratitude practice, illustrates something that it is a practice that I talked about in my book, I think it was the last chapter of my book, or the next to last chapter of my book, when I talk about the circle of gratitude and abundance and service. Service is a huge part of my gratitude practice. I think it brings gratitude full circle. So when you are grateful for what you have, you are trusted with more. The universe gives you more. And then when you have more, you share more, you give more, you do more. So the last part of my morning practice, after thank you, and listing 3 things that I'm grateful for in that moment, is asking God, the universe, source, light, all that's good, how may I serve? How may I be of service today? And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get the answer, but often it comes right away. And I'll get excited about a project or a message or a thing that I really want to share. Or it could be as simple as smile at everyone you see, or make sure to give emphatic thank yous or praise to strangers. So the gas station attendant's like, hey, I like your hat and thank you so much and have a great day. Just being extra friendly. It could be as easy as that. So that's the last step of my gratitude practice. Super easy. Like, it shouldn't even take 4 minutes. It should take like 90 seconds when you get really good at it. So one more time, recap for all of you who are just coming in now. Thank you is the first step. Say it out loud or with a whisper, and do all of this before you get out of bed. The second step is name 3 things that you are grateful for right now. They could be big, they could be small. In fact, challenge yourself to look for the really, really tiny things. Challenge yourself to look for the things that you never think of. So that's what I did this morning, and it was my daughter's toes, my youngest daughter's toes, and my oldest daughter's sense of humor, and then my book deal, which is a big deal, but I'm super grateful for that. And I haven't been celebrating it enough, and we're going to talk about self-celebration in another broadcast, but that's something that I definitely need to touch on. We don't do it enough, and it's really important. And then the last part is, how may I be of service? How are you going to show up for the day? And this sets an intention for doing good. This sets an intention that gets you excited, and it makes you feel part of something and that you have a purpose. So I think it's the best way to start a day. Like, how can I do something good for another person, for myself, for my family, for the greater good? So that's my spiritual morning practice. My diet practice, which I did promise I was going to talk about, is super easy. I start off by breaking fast. So that's what breakfast is. You're breaking your fast of a 12 to 14 hour period of no food. So when I go to bed at night, I have probably stopped eating by, let's say, 6 or 7 o'clock. And that means at least 12 hours the next day would be 6 or 7 a.m. in the morning. 14 would be 8 or 9. If I really want to push it to 16, which is supposed to be ideal, eating 8 hours out of the day and resting your body 16 hours out of the day, then I would push it a little further. And that's really easy to do when I'm waking up and I'm having like a nice hot cup of non-caffeine, decaffeinated herbal tea, or just drinking lemon water, or my favorite mix, which is something that my girlfriend Danielle Diamond taught me, or she offered to me. It's a little bit of honey, a little bit of ginger, and a little bit of lemon in apple cider vinegar. So I have like a big mason jar of apple cider vinegar, and I just put in like a tablespoon of honey, a tablespoon of shredded ginger, like just a big heaping spoon of shredded fresh ginger, and then a couple squeezes of lemon. I shook it all up. I keep it in my fridge, and then every morning I put a little shot of that in a hot glass of water, and I drink it down quickly. And that is an amazing pick-me-up, a wake-me-up. It feels fantastic. It's great for my gut health. Another thing that I do every single morning before I eat any other food is that I have sauerkraut. So probiotics are really hot and trendy, and I have a link to supplements that I love in my video description. And probiotics are definitely an important part of your diet, and if you're not getting naturally fermented foods in your diet, then definitely add probiotics, but I do. So I eat sauerkraut every single morning. It's fantastic for gut health. It's fantastic for my Hashimoto's hypothyroidism, and that really sets up a healthy gut for the rest of the day for digestion and all those good things. And then the first things that I actually eat food-wise, besides sauerkraut, is that I might have a green smoothie. In the wintertime, I don't love green smoothies as much. So, and I didn't finish my breakfast yet. I love my backyard chicken eggs. I raise my own chickens, my happy chickens. And you can see how orange these eggs are. Like super, super, super orange. There's nothing on them. That's just an egg in a pan. And my sad gluten-free toast because of Hashimoto's. So I usually have that around lunchtime, which is about now. So it's a little bit, it's a little bit early for lunch, but this is really the first thing that I'm eating in the day that's significant. And this does a couple things for me. First of all, it starts off my day with easy to digest foods that feel really good in my belly, that give me energy and sustained energy, that don't bog me down. Caffeine, I am not a fan of because I am someone who manages anxiety and someone who has been doing that for a really long time, and caffeine triggers my anxiety, and I know it does. It does that for a lot of you too, and it's addictive. And I'm not into addictive, any kind of addictive drugs or substances that will alter my mood. I'm great and happy and energetic without it. It did take time when I did detox off of caffeine. I've done it a couple times, and it can be a painful process. But once I got through that and I saw how good life can be without caffeine, better sleep, less anxiety, less twitchiness, fewer ups and downs throughout the day. I don't have those peaks and valleys with energy. I have sustained energy throughout the day. I just realized that life is so much better without it. So I don't need it at all. And my digestion is fantastic because I'm eating really great foods, like fermented foods and greens and fruits that allow things to move through me freely. And I don't need caffeine to irritate my bowels to make me go poo. So that's not a part of my diet. And I would offer you to try that. I would offer it up as a little experiment. And if you don't think that you're addicted to caffeine, just go off it for a couple days and see what happens. Because most Americans are. They are highly addicted to caffeine and to sugar, which is something that I also avoid. And what I've been doing lately in my tea, which I drink in I have my little hand mixed teas from the Grateful Tea, which I talk about a lot on social media in my Your Joyologist mug. This is my favorite one, Enjoy Your Life, that I drink out of every day. Instead of using refined sugars or even honey now, I've cut honey out just to kind of lower the amount of sugars that I'm having in a day. I've been using the minerals and antioxidant supplement from the supplement line that I promote, and that's linked in the video description. The minerals and antioxidants have organic stevia in it, and they have sea vegetables and lots of great ingredients, and I put that in my tea to sweeten it instead of sugar, so that's been wonderful. Amanda says you're working on getting rid of caffeine now. Good luck. It's hard. I always do it. My best tip is do it on a weekend when you don't have anything to do and you can pull the shades and you get super depressed about it and watch Netflix and just be sad about your whole life because everything hurts. So I go full into detox mode. I don't try to get rid of the symptoms. I don't try to baby myself through it. I just say, like, I'm doing this. I'm going hard. Because once it's over, it's over. Once it's over, it's done. And it feels so good. And honestly, the hardest part of getting over caffeine after that initial period was missing just the taste and the smell of coffee. Because I really loved coffee and I love that routine with my husband. But I do still have my hot tea every morning and throughout the day. I love tea all day long. Jessica says, what's the best detox for fertility? You know, with detox, it's interesting. It's, well, number one, my friend Mike Perrine always says that detox isn't about putting things in at all. It's about leaving things out. So if the best detox for just getting your body ready for any big event, pregnancy included, is to make sure that you're removing things that your body doesn't need. So you don't need caffeine, you don't need added sugars, you don't need processed foods, anything that's getting in the way of the flow of digestion or energy throughout your body. Just eliminate that. Things that are easy to digest, plant-based foods, or plant-based meals, lots of fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, dark leafy greens, lots of clean, plain water. Imagine that, just drinking water and making that your beverage, removing alcohol, anything that is hard for your body to digest. So if you choose to still eat meat, eat it in very, very small quantities and in the middle of a big plate of greens so that your body can process it easily. The more speed bumps that you put along the way in your body, the harder it is for your body to digest, the more energy it takes, and it's just not that great for you. So detoxing is just a matter of leaving the stuff that you don't need out and putting a lot of the good stuff that you love in. And when you're loading up on, you know, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, lots of dark leafy greens and water, then you are doing what's best for your body and you're allowing yourself to perform at optimal levels. And that means energetically, that means like all your different systems, especially your digestion, and you are setting yourself up for success in whatever you want to do. So yeah, avoid things that are hard to digest and eat in abundance things that are easy. So one more question. Jessica said, are there any withdrawals with getting rid of caffeine? Yeah, it's the worst. You can have severe headaches, you can have mood swings, irritability, all that good stuff. And it sucks. You can even have constipation. So again, fill up on all the good stuff, and just my best advice for detox is just go through it. Go through it hard so you don't do it again. Because once you have one hard caffeine detox, you will think twice about putting it in your body again because it sucks. But it's all a lesson. It's all a lesson. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you have any more questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section so I can read them and like them and respond to them. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends on your platforms. I should tell you to do that in the beginning, but I always forget. And make sure that you have liked and followed this page on Facebook, my Rebekah Borucki BEXLIFE page. It's a tongue twister even for me. And you have followed it, and then on the drop-down menu that you've clicked show first or see first, which means that'll actually show up in your feed when I have new live broadcasts and all the good stuff that I share here. I love you, love you, love you. I will see you soon for another 11:11. And in the meantime, hang out with me on social media all over the place and in my private Facebook group that is linked in the video description. And I'm going to go and finish my eggs because I'm starving. So hungry. See you guys.
I have a website called BEXLIFE.com where I share my life as a wife and a mother of 5, and also where I teach people how to love themselves more through living mindfully. I'm also the author of a brand new book, You Have 4 Minutes to Change Your Life, and I can't wait for you to read it. I've taught hundreds of thousands of people.